Transurfing reality. Step 1. The space of variations. Reality exists independently of you, as long as you agree with it. Transurfing is the management of reality, the model of variations, the rustle of morning stars. I woke up from the barking of the neighbor's dog. Nasty thing, it always wakes me up. How I hate it. Why must I wake up specifically to the sounds made by this vile creature? I need to go take a walk, calm down, distract myself from the sharp desire to set the neighbor's house on fire. Such a dog, such are its owners. Always some scum crawl into my life, trying to get under my skin. Unevenly dressed, once again my slippers are nowhere to be found. Where are you, elusive ones? I'll find you. Noise on the street, fog, dampness. I walked along a slippery path through a gloomy forest. Almost all the leaves had already fallen, bearing the grey trunks of half-dead trees. Why do I live in the middle of this bleak swamp? I pull out a cigarette. I don't really want to smoke, but the old habit says I must. I must. Since when has a cigarette become an obligation for me? It's rather disgusting to smoke in the morning on an empty stomach. Back in the day, in cheerful company, a cigarette brought pleasure. It was a symbol of fashion, freedom, style at a celebration. But holidays end, rainy grey weekdays come, with puddles of sticky problems, and every problem you drown out several times with a cigarette, as if telling yourself, now I'll smoke, catch my breath, and once again dive into this hateful routine. Smoke got into my eyes, and I covered them with my hands for a moment, like an offended child. I'm so sick of everything. As if to confirm my thoughts, a birch branch, treacherously bent, painfully slapped me across the face. In a rage, I broke it and threw it aside. It hung from the tree, swinging and bouncing as if mocking me, demonstrating my complete inability to change anything in this world. I trudged on gloomily. Every time I tried to fight this world, at first it would yield, give me hope, and then smack me with a good slap on the nose. Only in movies do heroes march toward their goals, sweeping everything in their path. In reality, it's different. Life is like a game of roulette. At first, you win once, twice, 3 times, imagining yourself a victor. It already seems like the whole world is in your pocket. But in the end, you always lose. You are just a festive goose, being fattened up only to later be roasted and eaten to the sound of cheerful music and laughter. You were mistaken. This is not your celebration. You were mistaken. Floundering in these gloomy thoughts, I reached the sea. Small waves angrily bit at the sandy shore. The sea blew unfriendly at me with its cold dampness. Fat gulls walked along the shore, pecking at some kind of rot. In their eyes was a cold black emptiness, as if it reflected the entire surrounding world, just as cold and hostile. Some homeless man was picking up empty bottles along the shore. Get lost, swamp creature. I want to be alone. No, he seems to be heading my way. Probably going to beg. I'd better go home. There is no peace anywhere. I'm so tired. This fatigue is always with me, even when I rest. I live as if serving a prison sentence. It seems like soon everything should change. A new stage will begin, and then I'll become someone else, able to enjoy life. But that's all in the future. For now, it's the same dreary hard labor. I keep waiting, but the future never comes. Now, as usual, I'll eat a tasteless breakfast and head off to my boring job, where once again I'll squeeze out results that someone needs, but not me. Another day of burdensome, meaningless life. I woke up from the rustle of morning stars. What a dreary dream I had, as if some shard of my former life had returned. Good thing it was only a dream. I stretched with relief, just like my cat does. There he is, that lazy bones, lying sprawled out, only twitching his ears to show he's aware of my presence. Get up, whiskered face, come walk with me. I ordered myself a sunny day and set off toward the sea. The path ran through the forest, and the rustle of morning stars gradually dissolved into the many-voiced choir of the bird nation. Someone in the bushes was especially insistent. Food, food. Ah, there he is, the rascal, a tiny fluffy ball. How do you manage to screech so loudly? It's amazing. I had never thought about it before. Every bird has a completely different voice, yet not one falls into dissonance with the overall choir. It always turns into such a harmonious symphony that no skilled orchestra could ever reproduce. The sun stretched its rays between the trees. That magical backlight enlivened the dimensional depth and richness of colors, turning the forest into a marvelous hologram. The path kindly led me to the sea. Emerald waves whispered quietly with the warm wind. The shore seemed endless and deserted, but I felt comfort and peace, as if this overcrowded world had reserved a hidden corner just for me. Some people believe the surrounding space is an illusion we ourselves create, but no, I'm not conceited enough to claim that all this beauty is merely a product of my perception. Still, under the oppressive impression of the dream, I began recalling my former life, which truly had been just as dreary and hopeless. Very often, like so many others, I tried to demand from this world what I thought I was owed. In response, the world would indifferently turn away. Advisors, wise with experience, would tell me the world does not yield so easily. It must be conquered. Then I tried to fight it, but achieved nothing and only wore myself out. The advisors had a ready answer for that case too. You yourself are bad. First change yourself, and only then demand something from the world. I tried to fight myself, but found that even harder. But then one day I dreamed that I was in a nature reserve. I was surrounded by indescribable beauty. I wandered around, admiring all that magnificence. Then an angry old man with a grey beard appeared, as I understood, the keeper of the reserve. He silently watched me. I walked toward him and had only just opened my mouth when he abruptly cut me off in a cold tone. He said he didn't want to hear anything, that he was tired of capricious and greedy visitors, who are never satisfied, who are always demanding something, making loud noise, and leaving behind piles of garbage. I nodded in understanding and went on my way.